my husband and I, we've been together for 20 years. Never done a puzzle together. We did a puzzle and we loved it. We loved it.
My wife suggested that it was looking a little ratty, and she thought that if I was going to be on ET, and she likes the beard, she finds it attractive, but she thought it was a little unyielding. So I went upstairs and I had the little trimmer that I had has like a grater, kind of like clippers.
Yeah.
Like, I was just going to take it down, but I ended up taking a big swath right out of the side.
Pascale, Kavan, it's so nice to see your faces. It's unfortunate that it's under these circumstances. I wish I could hug both of you. How are you guys doing during this very strange time?
Well, I mean, we're over a month in. I feel like I've kind of found my groove now. And now, like, the homeschooling thing is well underway. And that is no joke. That
I have questions.
That monopolizes most of my time, and I think how lucky I am. Like, we never were really supposed to be working at this time. Like, When Calls the Heart wraps before Christmas, and then this is always kind of like our hiatus time. And so I feel very blessed that I have the time and attention to be able to just invest in my kids.
I would also say that you and I, Pascale and I have talked about this and touched on this briefly, that I mean, obviously it's kind of scary, and a lot of people are going through some sad times with, lost loved ones and things like that. And, businesses are impacted, and it's obviously a terrible thing. Yet at the same time, I feel like somehow it's kind of been a gift, because I've kind of got this time with my kids. My eldest is 12, my youngest is 9, and I know I'm jumping the gun here, but they're gonna leave home fairly soon. And I feel like I'm getting this giant compressed vacation time with them. And I'm so thankful for it. I know I should be, scared and upset, but I can't help but just thinking every morning, I'm so glad I get to hang with my wife and my kids today. And it's
how Lee Coulter of you to find the silver lining in all of this.
That part is genuine. I'm not much like Lee Coulter, but in that particular respect, I am. I really feel it's been an absolute boon to be able to get this time.
Kavan and I have both been talking about this throughout the quarantine. Is just, they have no one else. They have each other, and that's it. And it's just been so beautiful to see that friendship and brotherly connection just
blossom.
Take off.
If I can ask, where are you guys? Where are you quarantined, and who are you holed up with?
So I'm at my home in Vancouver, and it's just my 2 kids and me and my husband, and our nanny lives with us, so she's with us as well.
I'm actually Pascale's nanny, and we are downstairs.
It's kind of awkward. He's just down in the basement.
In the basement right now.
I was like, Kavan, we could be in the same shot. He's like, no. I'll be down in the basement.
I want my own shot.
How is he the nanny? Is he good?
Yeah, I'm at home too, and I'm set up with my kids, my 2 kids, and my wife. And it's been I know Pascale's husband is continuing to work, but my wife and I are here together all the time.
Yeah.
And there's good and bad with that.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question.
Okay.
We all love each other. It's always kumbaya, but this is brand new circumstances. We are all together 24/7. So how are things going at home? Are there any bickerings or quarrels going on, or is everyone kind of keeping the peace?
Kav?
Okay. Well, I think both of us are going to pretty much say more or less the same thing. We're very lucky that we picked the right people.
Yes.
My wife and I bicker at the best of times, and there's certainly no shortage of that right now. But we also are, and always have been, very much in love. So this hasn't been monumental. I think my wife more than I'm kind of more of a homebody than she is anyway. A little more antisocial maybe. She's quite social and quite gregarious, so I think it's been a bit harder on her. She misses getting away from me, I think.
As we all do.
As everybody does, exactly. we do 2 date nights a week now. 2 nights where we make a special dinner and have a bottle of wine and sit by the fire and just kind of talk about the week. So tonight is one of those nights, and I look forward to those.
What do the kids do when are they a part of it, or are they?
Okay, we're gonna go deep. I'll go deep.
That was my question. Absolutely, I want to know.
Okay, so I was gonna come up with a joke, but the truth is, I'm pretty strict when it comes to video games and stuff. I don't like it. I don't think it's good for my kids really, but 2 nights a week, we'll let them play a little excessively. So after dinner, we'll do dinner together. Everybody plays. They make sure to get tons of exercise during the day. And then, at about 7:30, my wife and I will open a bottle of wine and sit by the fire, start talking, and we'll let them play video games for a couple hours just to stay out of our hair.
That's a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wins there.
Everybody wins.
Okay, Pascale, it's your turn. Tell me, how are things going at home?
They're going great. I mean, the bottom line is they're going great. We have an added pressure in our family. My husband's a first responder. He's a police officer.
Wow.
So he's out. Like he's just out there, and that obviously, as a family unit, that ups our exposure or potential exposure and makes his job more stressful and makes it, more stressful for all of us, just thinking about that. More for the 2 of us. We don't put that on the kids, or the kids don't take that on at all. So that's kind of a unique situation that we deal with on a regular daily basis. I try and take on the bulk of the homeschooling, and because I'm the one who's here all the time. And then when he's home, it's really mostly about connecting as a family and just making our family and the home life as calm and peaceful and joyful.
Well, please thank him for his service. It is so important to have, brave people on the front lines like your husband. And this conversation will get more lighthearted, but I do have to ask, what has been most challenging about this time for each of you?
For me, with hands down, the hardest thing has been not knowing how long it's going on for. I feel like if somebody said to me, even now, if they were like, Pascale, you're going to be in lockdown and you won't get to do any of the things that you normally do, but it'll only be until the end of June. I could fix my brain on that, and I could kind of like, almost like a marathon, right? You can kind of set that as your goal and pace yourself and go that. But to know that, like, I don't know when the end is going to be. I don't know when things will be back to normal, and no one obviously can give any sort of answer to that. That's been the hardest thing, and I really just have to breathe through that and let that go.
Hang in there. We're all in this together.
Exactly.
Yeah. Kavan, what's been the hardest part about this for you and your family?
I think that the hardest part for me on this one is that my kids and I have a very open communication setup. They ask me anything. They're not afraid to ask questions about anything, and I'll talk about anything. And I always sort of champion that. But I don't have the answers right now. So I'm having a hard time trying to fill them with positivity when I don't always know the answers, and I don't want to be wrong, and I don't want to set them up with the wrong answer. So I feel like
what are they asking you?
Well, they ask me things like, Dad, are we going back to school? Dad, are we going back to school in September? And then my son asked me the other day, he goes, Dad, when I start dating, am I allowed to hold hands?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, first of all, no.
Holding hands is the least of your
I know. That was the joke.
Kavan, just to clarify, you have 2 boys?
I have 2 boys.
And they're 12 and 9.
12 and 9.
And then Pascale, we loved seeing your 2 boys in the video that you submitted earlier to ET.
Mm-hmm. Mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good.
Boys, how old are they?
2 boys, 4 and 8.
Okay, so a little more of a challenge for you.
No, 4 and 9. They're 4 and 9. Sorry, 4 and 9.
He doesn't really do a lot of parenting.
Did you have a birthday in quarantine?
No, but my little one, the 4-year-old, his birthday is in next week. Actually, Kavan's big birthday next week.
30.
50.
3030.
Yeah, right.
Well, now I'm just full of questions. Do you have a birthday celebration? Are you gonna do a huge Zoom with all your relatives?
Yeah,
or your
what are you gonna
classmates?
do?
Well, we were going on a trip, so
Where were you
that
supposed
ain't
to go?
happening.
We were supposed to be filming our movie, and our movie was going to in Hawaii, and our movie was going to finish right before his birthday, and we were going to have this big celebration. Aaron was going to fly out for it. Our families were going to fly out for it. We were going to have a big 50th, like not surprise, birthday party for Kavan in Hawaii. It was going to be amazing. Do you want me to put on my hula skirt?
Yes. You
No.
should get your virtual backdrop going. Put on the hula skirt.
But this time, we're going. Really?
I imagine it's somewhat of an added challenge having, kids that are a little younger than Kavan's. How do you explain to them what's going on? Are they asking you questions?
The little one, no, he's living his best life. He actually said to me the other day, he was like, I love Corona. He goes, I love Corona. I get my brother home with me all day, every day. Like, for him, this is like his best life. His older brother is his hero, his like best friend, no one he'd rather be with. And so to have him home and they're together, like, this is his best life. The older one, initially, when it was like, you're not going back to school, because when things kind of first hit in Vancouver, it was right at the beginning of the kids' spring break. And so it was like they went away on spring break, and then it was like, and you're not going back. And so he was kind of like, and I said, don't worry, like, we're going to figure something out at home. And at that point, schools didn't even know like what was going to happen or like how it was going to work. So I said, don't worry, like, I'm going to take it on. And he was like, I'm a little concerned about that, Mama. You are not a qualified teacher. And I was like, well, I'm what you got. And don't worry, it's going to be fun. I'm doing a lot of like lesson plans and like coming up with like ideas that don't involve just like using this math app and this reading app and this app and this app and this app. I just don't like it. And so anyways, it's a lot of work for me, but I don't mind it, and he loves it. And then with my little one, I kind of just he kind of opts in and opts out. I'm like, whatever, you're good.
Make your own plans. Yes.
No, but I kind of put out things for him. But at 4, preschool, it's like,
yeah,
they opt in, they opt out, whatever. I don't care. Like, like, you're good.
Kavan, how's virtual school going at your house? Are you cracking open the algebra books? Are you taking a front and center role in all of this? Are you dividing with your wife?
It's probably a divide and conquer thing. My kids go to a French school, so everything's in French, and my wife doesn't speak French, so that puts a lot of onus on me. But they have done very well, and she's great at all the tech stuff, and I am a straight up moron when it comes to this stuff. So she does all the tech stuff, I do all the academic stuff.
Got it. Okay. So let's talk some happier, hopefully more fun things. I want to know what you, not just as mom and dad, but as Pascale and Kavan, what has been giving you joy during this time? Have there been TV shows that you're binging? I know, Kavan, you're always in the kitchen. What is it that you guys have been doing?
You go.
Well, I've been cooking a lot, as I think every parent out there is saying. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm always preparing food. And so, yeah,
you're running
but I don't mind
running a restaurant. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't mind it. I like it. I like being in the kitchen. I like cooking. I've been reading quite a bit, actually. The Last Mrs. Parrish. Have either of you guys read that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's one of Reese Witherspoon's books, I think, like for her book club.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, it's like a page turner. The other thing, this is the big excitement. Can't wait for you to hear this, Kavan.
I'm listening.
So, couldn't believe it. My husband and I, we've been together for 20 years or over 20 years, I think, somewhere around there. Never done a puzzle together. We did a puzzle, and we loved it. We loved it. We just sat there, tootling away at our little puzzle together, chit-chatting,
You know that's what they do. That's what they do in old folks' homes. You know that.
Yeah, I know. We're all set. We've mapped out our retirement. We know
really
what we're gonna do. Actually, I just placed an order. I just ordered like 5 more puzzles.
How many pieces? Because we just did a 500 and we wanted to tear our hair out. It was way
ours was 550. That's what we kind of ventured in on. And it was not an inspiring puzzle. It was the only one we had in the house. It was one my dad had given us for Christmas, I want to say 5 years ago. It was still in the packaging. We'd never opened it.
Yeah.
We opened it. It was doorknobs. Literally, it was the puzzle was doorknobs. It was from Lee Valley Tools, right? And so it was not an it was not an inspiring picture. I've now ordered a bunch of really fun ones. So I can't wait to tackle those. And those are, I think I ordered one more 500 and then.
No, 1,000?
2,000 piece puzzles. They only have 1,000. I don't think I want to go over 1,000, but we'll see what happens. You know what? I will give you guys an update. I'm going to send you a photo of that 1,000-piece puzzle once it's done.
Hashtag Pascale's Puzzles. Start your new Instagram series. I love it. Kavan, what are you doing? Have you guys binged anything? I know obviously lots of cooking, right?
Lots of cooking. No puzzles. No puzzles. Yeah, a lot of cooking. Too much cooking, really. I've enjoyed it.
So much bread.
A lot of bread. But I've always made bread. But now I'm here because we can't go to the grocery store. So I'm making bread a lot. And I like making bread.
Are you growing your yeast? Are you doing that? Yeah, you are. I knew it.
Of course. It's the only way to go. It's real. It's good. It's healthy that way. It's good, healthy yeast, and the bread is it's just so much better.
Are you doing any bread drop-offs, social distance bread drop-offs at Pascale's residence?
No, no.
Did you watch Tiger King? Kevin McGarry had a lot of thoughts on Tiger King.
Tiger King, by the 6th episode, Carol Baskin, come on.
We did, but we watched it because Pascale told me to watch it, and I was like, Tiger King? I got 2 episodes in. I'm like, there's no way. This is not. I mean, I get the fluff and the really factor of it, but I just couldn't devote any more time to that. I literally.
Wow, you tapped out after 2 episodes.
I had to. I was like, listen, I'll do a puzzle before I'll watch this.
I watched all of Tiger King. I loved it. Totally binged it. Yeah, I loved it. I don't know if I don't have any new thoughts that haven't been said a million times over, but I did find the whole thing a very fascinating character study.
We're using webcams here, but you guys look phenomenal. I mean, you look beautiful, glowy, healthy as ever. Has it been sweatpants the whole way through, or are you getting up and putting on jeans?
My wife asked me today if I wanted her to put the filter on the camera that would make me look younger.
Beauty mode.
I was like, really? Do I need that? Thanks, honey. When the gym closed down here, I kind of set up a little tiny gym in my house with no real weights. It's all just bands and elastics, and I'm loving it. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to the gym.
Are we looking at your gym? Is this what I see behind you?
No, I'm in my office, but that is the bike. That's my stationary bike, and then I have a TRX bands, and I have some of the heavy-duty elastics. I got a couple of kettlebells and a few other things, and I do this workout every second day, and it's about 3 hours.
Oh gosh!
Yeah, it's super
3
intense.
hours?
I know, it's super intense. I do all the weights and stuff, and then I in between sets, I'll jump back on the bike and do 2-minute sprint and then off. And that's from the beginning, including the warm up and the stretching, and then the whole workout, and then abs and the cool down and everything. It's about 3 hours. And then
that is too long for me.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Kavan, the fans are going to be upset that we haven't seen a single post about your workouts on Instagram. There we go, flex, yes.
I don't know I think the fans are going to be less concerned with no workout posts and the fact that there's no posts, period.
Pascale, you look beautiful. Are you doing anything to sort of, zhuzh yourself, or are you just kind of enjoying and doing what I'm doing, which is not getting ready a whole lot?
Well, she's working out.
Kevin can attest to not getting ready a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I'm doing I'm not getting fancy. I shower every day.
Well, that's a plus.
Yeah,
we thank you.
So. I shower every day. I do my skincare routine, but just letting the skin breathe,
Oh,
letting my hair just, I feel like by the end of this, I'm going to be Rapunzel. It's like so long these days.
Oh, same here. My hair's so long.
But I've
dying
been
for it.
exercising a lot, much like Kavan. My friend, a very close friend of mine, who also used to train me before, she's now doing Zoom workouts. And so she does them every day. And so I just do them every day. And it's like a nice little kind of touchstone for me that like at 10 a.m. every day, this is what I do.
Pascale, Erin had a bone to pick with you. She tried calling you while her brownies were cooling, and you didn't pick up.
Hey, you reached Pascale's cell. Leave message.
She's probably asleep. I'm gonna go with that. She wouldn't just be screening my calls. I don't think.
Why did you not answer?
You know what? I wish she had done a screenshot of her phone to show the fans when she was calling me. It was at 12:30 at night. I am not receiving baking tip calls at midnight. I would have been more than happy to help her at a reasonable hour. But 12:30, I mean,
That's
my
fair.
friendship won't go so far.
And let's face it, those brownies were beyond help.
What I loved about the video so much, she was so hopeful.
Yeah.
She was so hopeful. And then she dumps it out and it still looks, she's like, oh yeah, this is good. And then that first cut in, and it's dough, like it's batter.
Raw.
It's raw. It was raw.
It's not Erin's fault. She did everything correct.
No, she didn't.
The tricky thing, I'm sorry, pan size, that's not something I would think about.
It's important.
You should.
Kavan, my question for you, Aaron Buckles told ET that he's really trying to grow a beard like his esteemed coworkers on When Calls the Heart, and he's just a little bit struggling.
Maybe one day I'll be able to grow a luscious, full beard like my co-stars.
Yeah.
Do you have a tip? Because you don't look it right now, but you had an incredible beard in the last video that we did with you.
He had the beard just yesterday.
I literally 2 hours ago, I shaved it.
Why'd you get rid of it?
Well, I didn't. It wasn't necessarily my intention. My wife suggested that it was looking a little ratty, and she thought that if I was going to be on ET, and she likes the beard, she finds it attractive, but she thought it was a little unyielding. So I went upstairs, and I had the little trimmer that I had has like a grater, kind of like clippers.
Yeah.
And so I put it on the largest one, and I went, okay, I think this will work. And I was just going to take it down, but I ended up taking a big swath right out of the side. I'm like, well, it's either a goatee now or nothing.
See, Kavan, that again would have been a brilliant moment for Instagram.
Oh yeah,
So your definition of Instagram for me is anything embarrassing Kavan can do should be Instagram. Now you sound like Pascale.
Well, what we see of you on TV is professional, polished. You hit your marks, you make us cry, you make us laugh. On Instagram, I want to see the real Kavan, and if that means
and we know that ain't it.
Now, I love Aaron, great kid, but he has baby skin. He does not have a lot of hair on his face, and you can't grow a beard if you don't have hair follicles on your face. There's no advice. He could try and go to, a wig place and maybe get a beard made.
Oh my God.
But he gets one of those really patchy looking things.
Like a merkin?
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
A lot of casts have been getting together. They're doing virtual table reads. They're doing, just fun interactive things with one another to either bring joy to the audience or to even raise money for charity. Is that something that you guys are having conversations about as a cast?
I've definitely talked to the cast about doing some stuff for charity and putting together table reads and everything.
Is he kidding? Do you see how excited I got? Yeah. I was like, yes, we can tell the Hardys something is in movement.
No, I haven't done that yet.
The last one.
I'm really the last person that, not because I don't want to give to charity, but because I have to call people.
You just wouldn't helm it. You wouldn't helm that.
Probably not.
Endeavor.
Okay, then Pascale, I'm looking at you and Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, we should. Honestly, the conversation hasn't come up, but that would be a good thing. No doubt the Hardys would love it. So that's a great idea.
Even if we did, instead of a cast read, because we don't have any scripts right now. I mean, we could read an old script, I guess, but we'd sit around and do an open mic night kind of thing.
Panel, I'm very comfortable and happy with. That would make me very happy.
That could be
You should do it. Deidre, you should host it.
Yeah, you should do that.
You guys, it'd truly be my honor, but you know, it's up to you guys and Hallmark what you want to do. As soon as you're ready to pull the trigger, you call me, and I would be honored to do anything.
Oh, great. Well, that sounds fun.
We do that.